Awesome. Now, let's add that to the inside-out forehand.
Okay.
Same exact swing.
Okay.
Same relaxation.
Nice.
How'd you like that one?
I like that. And that actually went off the court a little bit, too.
That's what we were talking about even before, a little sidebar. You were saying, hey, I want a little more angle on the forehand.
Yeah.
You didn't even mean to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go home now. Seriously.
I need Jeff with me all the time.
Now,
Guys, it's Pete, your totally obsessed tennis coach. Now, if you enjoyed today's video with this TennisCon All-Star, make sure you stick around to the end because I'm going to show you how you can get your hands on TennisCon 7 100% free. So enjoy today's lesson and stick around to the end of the video. Hey guys, I'm so excited. I'm out here in Denver taking a lesson from the great Jeff Salzenstein. I've been a big fan of his for a long time. Tennis Evolution, former top 100 in the world player, up a set against Michael Chang in front of one of my idols, John McEnroe.
Yeah.
What was that like playing?
It was incredible. You know, my first year on the tour, you know, I step out on the center court on Arthur Ashe Stadium in 1997. I can't believe it's been that long. And I won the first set and then ended up losing the next 3 sets because I didn't believe, and partly because my forehand maybe wasn't as good as it could have been. So I know we're going to be working on your forehand today, and it's an honor to have Peter come out to my hometown where I grew up, Denver, Colorado. This is where we do our stuff at Tennis Evolution. I just appreciate you coming out and wanting to learn and get better.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm out here. I'm always wanting to be on the cutting edge, and I know that you are always on the cutting edge. And I actually made a video a little while ago, and it was about my forehand. I wasn't trying to hit the ball like Rafa or Roger. I was just trying to hit my forehand. But there's one guy who kind of ripped on me a little bit.
Okay.
And it kind of got
troll.
me. Yeah, I got trolled, Jeff. I got trolled. And it got me thinking, though, well, I want to get my forehand certified by the best coaches in the world. And that's why I'm out here. I want to know that the information I'm giving everybody is the best. And I think you're the best of the best. And that's why I want you to get under the hood of my forehand
That's
today.
awesome. We're going to do it. And, you know, the way that I work is tennis is a situational sport. And so I look at every player and try to find out where we can really make the biggest gains as fast as possible. I only have an hour with you. So we're going to focus on some key areas that I think you can take with you right away to get better.
All right, well, I'm excited to get started. I don't want to waste any of my time, so let's go.
All right, Peter, so we're getting started with the lesson here, and I am a big question asker. I've been asking questions since I was 14 years old about myself to get better and now with my students. And so when you've come to me to work on your forehand, what are the burning questions that you have? What are you working on? What do you think I can help you with?
Well, I want a little bit more of what I think everybody wants, and that's to rip the ball, right?
Okay.
You work hard to set up the point, and then being able to put that ball away. And certainly a game changer in the pro game is the ability to run around your backhand and hit these inside out forehand bombs. And I really don't have that shot. It's probably because it's just the incentive of being a lefty. My incentive is heavy to the backhand. But then sometimes when I set myself up perfectly, I have a tough time getting the ball to flatten out, inside out. I can do inside in pretty good, but inside out's troubled. Sometimes it stays up too high, and I'm still in these points I know should be over.
Right, so what I'm hearing is that you've got a good rally ball, you can hit spin, but really when you want to punish and flatten the ball out, the ball goes too high, it doesn't go through the court, you don't hurt anybody.
Especially when it's kicking up at me. If it's just kind of sitting there, I can do a good job with those. But you know, when the ball's coming with some topspin at me a little higher, sometimes I feel like it jumps past my point where I really should be nailing it, and then it stays up high.
All right, so what we're gonna do in the lesson today is I'm gonna take a look at his forehand. We may look at some technique, because I know you're working a lot on your technique as well, but I'm also going to pay attention to Peter's footwork on specific shots. I'm also gonna look at different types of shots that he's hitting, like the inside out. We plan on looking at the down the line forehand as well. So we're gonna have some fun with this, and we're just gonna run with it, and I'm going to see what I can do to help you out.
All right, man, I'm excited.
Let's do it. So I'm going to go to the other side right now, and I'm going to feed some balls because I want to just evaluate what it looks like from the other side of the net. Then I'm going to come back over and work with you.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Peter, I'm just going to feed you some balls in the middle of the court, kind of see what you do. I might move you back a little bit. I might move you up. I'm going to also move you over. I just want to see how you move, how the ball's coming off, and we're going to go from there.
Awesome.
Cool. So right now I'm just evaluating, just looking at his forehand, how the ball's coming off. All right, cool. All right, Peter, so I took a look at the forehand. I know you've been working on some technique. You've been almost doing a makeover of your forehand. So why don't you tell me first before I get going what you've been working on there.
Well, what I've been working on, it's not a finished product. It's actually the part I've been struggling with the most. Some good things I'm working on, I feel, is staying relaxed. So I feel like I'm more relaxed than normal, even in a pressure situation like this. But the big thing is that I tend to bottom out and loop with my shot. That's why I tend to hit him high over the net. Where Rick Macy was saying he wants me to come here, and it's like you pull your fist forward and you don't want to go back at all. That the lag just kind of happens with a flip by going forward. I'm not even really concentrating on that so much right now because it's just not there yet.
Okay.
And I just want to see what you think of my forehand.
Sure, and I totally get it. I've taken lessons from Rick. Rick's amazing. And I also noticed with some of the footage that I watched, he was having you do a drill where you were finishing like really low. I know is to try to create racket head speed,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, so I'm actually gonna go counter to that because I want you to work on the drive. You're gonna drive your forehand. So we're gonna go a little old school today, and I think actually your viewers will probably appreciate this.
Yeah.
I'm all about the modern forehand, and again, I agree with much of what Rick has to say, but I really want to give you a feeling of how you can drive through the ball. And the guys that I think of are Andre Agassi and Peter Korda. I played Peter Korda 7 months before he won the Australian Open, and this guy hits laser beams. And that's what I want to give you and show you.
Both awesome forehands. I'd be fine if I had either one of those.
All right, so what I'm going to do is first I'm just going to record your forehand.
Okay.
So we can kind of get a before and after. I'm super high tech out here. I got my trusty iPhone 6 Plus. When everyone has the 10, I still have the 6.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like old school with this, and I'm just going to record it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to show you what I see, and then we're going to work on some things.
Just hit it how I naturally hit it right now.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, just hit it naturally.
Okay, cool. Oh, man.
Awesome. I'm going to just pause it. One more.
I didn't get into that one.
Yeah, go into this
it's
one.
a little dead.
One more.
There you go. That's more realistic.
Okay. I want to see one more where you kind of do it where where have you been finishing lately on your forehand?
Well, I've been
with
finishing
this new way.
A little lower sometimes down here. And
so I want to see one of those.
Yeah, okay.
Doesn't have to be like way down, but more, yeah. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. So let's take a look. So what we're doing here is, I love your first move. First move is great. This arm, most players are not pulled across like that.
Okay.
Amazing. Looks great. Great, 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 great. And again, yeah, there's a little tail there. Like I think it could stay on the left side of your body more. And I know Rick was working with you on that. So it looks like there's a little bit of a tail there. Kind of like me. I had a tail, and that really hurt me on the faster courts. We might get into that a little bit today. Great extension. I mean, that looks like Nadal right there. That's incredible. No, seriously, you're way out like that.
Awesome.
And then you finish down like that. Now, if we want to get more drive, I'm going to have you make some changes.
Okay.
You cool with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we're going to go old school here, and let's go ahead and get into my old school forehand here. So here's what I want you to do. I took a lesson from Robert Lansdorp. I studied what he did with Pete Sampras, and a lot of times he'll have players swing and catch the racket here.
Okay.
Okay, so I want you to focus on catching the racket, and here's the goal. This is not your rally forehand. This is setting you up to be able to drive the ball like super low over the net.
Okay.
So you're going to focus on finishing high, and the part around relaxation is at the end, and you might have seen this in one of my videos before. You're going to finish, and I literally want you to wiggle your fingers at the end.
Okay, I need that.
Yeah, so Rick was talking about relaxing, I think, during the swing more. I'm going to have you just do it at the end of the swing to create awareness of where your grip tension is.
Okay.
All right?
Sounds good.
So there's a good chance you're not going to get the finish or the follow through exactly the way I want it, so I'm probably going to walk in and make an adjustment. So at the end, I just want you to hold your, I want you to hold.
Love it.
Okay?
And do you want me to hit him that way or that way?
Just straight ahead's fine.
Straight ahead.
And we'll notice where the ball goes as well.
Okay.
And freeze. Pretty darn good. Again. Good.
See, now they're taking off on me.
Now, we're at altitude, but here's the goal. And by the way, quick study. Nice going. I need the ball to land. I need you to aim for the tape.
Okay.
So we're going completely against like 3 feet over the net, 6 feet over the net. I want you to try to actually hit in the tape.
Okay.
Yeah. Finish high, but aim low.
Oh,
Awesome.
yeah.
Good. Finish high, aim low. Yeah, I love it. Keep going. There it is.
There it is.
You feel that one?
Oh, man, I ripped that one.
Ridiculous. Good. Okay, now, because it's altitude, if you notice how high that ball is going over the net, it still has to be lower. So you got to get the ball lower over the net.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the focus.
I feel like,
Yeah.
here's what I'm struggling with.
Yep.
Is with going straight through it and up,
Yes.
having a tough time feeling any rotation.
Yes.
And that's what you want, though.
No, yes, that's what I want right now.
Okay.
Yes. You're used to spinning the ball too much.
Yeah.
So we got to go a little flatter. Now, you don't have to hit it as hard, okay? You could be a little smoother with it if you want.
Okay.
Here we go. Good. Just hit the tape like that last one.
See, they take off on me.
Yep, go lower over the net. There it is. Lower over the net. Feel that one?
Yeah.
So it's going to feel like a smoother swing. Like you're not going to feel like you're using all this racket head speed. Let me demonstrate one real quick. So, yeah. So basically, and I'm basically going to look like you because you were doing it awesome. Like I'm just relaxing my hand and I'm aiming low. And if I want to hit through the court, that ball is just taking off.
Yeah.
And again, this is not the normal rally ball. This is like, okay, it's time to like drive and do something with it.
And one thing I felt was they were taking off on me a little bit. I think my body angle was a little too much like this, so then I focused on keeping my this chest forward and down, so I think that ball stayed lower through that.
Yeah, and again, this is on a specific type of ball. Like your normal rally ball, when guys are really spinning it, you're probably going to spin it back. But there is going to be that ball where you can actually move in and hit it. And that's the one that I'm seeing you not really drive.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's do a few more.
Okay.
Awesome. Now, let's add that to the inside-out forehand.
Okay.
Same exact swing.
Okay.
Same relaxation.
Nice.
How'd you like that one?
I like that. And that actually went off the court a little bit, too.
That's what we were talking about even before, a little sidebar. You were saying, hey, I want a little more angle on the forehand.
Yeah.
You didn't even mean to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go home now. Seriously.
I need Jeff with me all the time.
Now, honestly, I want you to go back and do your old forehand where you were looping that inside out so you can see the difference.
Yes.
Here we go.
So that's usually what happens.
Yep. And then now you're going to drive through it. Good. I mean, I'll take that all day.
It's going through the court so much faster.
I love it.
That's great.
So now here's what we do. Your cross-court forehand, you're going to hit that hook.
Okay.
And then when you move around it, you're going to hit it flat.
Okay.
So you almost have two different forehands now.
Yeah.
Whereas before, you probably were thinking, it's just my same rally ball forehand.
Yeah.
You literally need to think of the inside out as a different shot than your cross-court.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to move you too wide, but you can spin this forehand right here. So you can spin it. Good. And then you can flatten it. Good. And that time you came a little bit across.
Yeah.
So I still want you to see for now if you can go up. Now, the higher the ball goes, that's when you can go down more.
Okay.
But for now, I want you to go, you can kind of hook this one, angle it, and then you can drive this one all day. The only adjustment there, so here's what a lot of people do. They hit the ball. A lot of people, when they're hitting that shot and they hit it long like that, they say, oh, I got to add more spin. And I'm saying you got to hit it lower over the net.
Okay.
So don't change the trajectory of the shot. Hit it lower over the net.
Hit it low over the net. Okay, let's try
That's the change, okay?
That's the change.
Let's try that again. So if you actually hit the tape and you hit it clean, you're winning.
Okay.
In my book. So we're going to angle this one. Good. And then we're going to flatten this one out. All day. Beautiful hit.
Yeah.
Angle it. Drive it.
Oh, I like that.
That's a win.
I'm winning.
If you hit the tape, you're winning. In my book.
I love it.
A little bit of counter there. Dude, like you're like a rocket ship. So what I want to do, I want to go to the other side and feed you.
Okay.
Next progression.
Okay.
Okay, let's do that next.
Yep. Awesome, Jeff. Love it.
All right, Peter, you passed the first test. I'm gonna feed you inside-out forehands now.
Okay.
If it looks good, then I'm gonna add the 2-shot combo with the cross court again. If you hit a flyer in this altitude, what adjustment do I want you to make?
You want me to aim low over that net?
That's it. And you just have to be smooth. You don't have to overhit.
Okay. And you want me to hit basically where you are?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can knock me over like my kids get knocked me over. Here we go. Inside out. Finish high, aim low. You like that one?
I love that one.
Say yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah?
Okay. So you either say yes or higher or lower.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Now that time you actually finished a little lower, so I want you to keep finishing high, but aim low.
Counterintuitive.
I know, right?
Yes.
Little lower, hit the tape. There!
Total yes.
Total yes. Dude, you're hitting rocket ships. All right, cross court. I want to see the hooker or the buggy.
Okay.
Lots of spin in cross court here, and then you're going to come over and drive it.
Okay, cool.
Let's do that again. I need more angle. Take your time. Try it again. Love this altitude, huh?
Yeah.
Here we go. Good. Let me see an inside out. I want the high finish. Good. Again.
Feel like I'm muscling it again.
Yeah. So you can even take the racket out of the hand. Feel that. Okay, here we go. Good. Lower, right?
Yes, lower.
Lower.
There it is. Gotta remember that.
Aim for the tape. Good, like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come back to you right now.
Okay.
Okay, Peter, feedback so far. I know it was a little tougher when I was on the other side, but tell me what you're noticing.
Well, what I'm noticing, which is really interesting, is when I'm focusing on finishing higher, the ball is actually going lower. And sometimes when I finish like this, the ball took off on me. Mm-hmm. And I love the tip about going at the net, because more often than not, it actually goes over. And those are some of the hardest forehands I've hit in a long time, where you think, with the net, you're going to hit in the net. Well, it's always going over the net. How come that's happening to me?
So the big thing that I notice is that when people hit the ball clean and they have enough little topspin to bring the ball down, the ball usually goes over the net. It's when people kind of shank or miss hit a little bit, that's when it just dumps in the net. Mm-hmm. So if you hit it super clean, it's gonna hit the tape or it's gonna fly. And if you catch it just right, some of your forehands, they weren't even going that deep. They had that angle going off the court.
Yeah, it was great.
And
it felt awesome.
And so whenever you catch the racket out here, and I know a lot of coaches say, hey, the finish doesn't matter. What I think happens with the finish is that if you finish out here and you finish nice and high and you're relaxed, you naturally get that amazing extension. So it just, it solves so many issues where you don't have to think about too much what's going on in this part of the swing. And so it gives you just a reference point of where you need to get to. Sometimes when it broke down, actually, it wasn't as good as when you went back a little more
when I went here.
Your up and down swing.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I think when people swing up and down, and I know Rick mentioned this to you, or you guys talked about it, or no, I think it was you and Kovacs maybe. When you go out first like this and stop the racket,
yes, that's
if you do this and then come back around, it can work.
Right.
But I think people go to here too fast, and that's when the ball
And that's
shoots.
what I notice about so many people who come visit me. They want to hit like pros, so they're just doing this all the time.
Right. I think most players should actually model Agassi more than...
His forehand was okay.
It was okay, right? Because what happens is we've got to learn how to extend through the ball with topspin.
And
right?
most of us are nervous. So
Right.
I think the feet go and the extension goes, right? Hitting through the ball when you get nervous.
If I were to look at 3.5 players, 4.0 players, and I came to a club or I came to a public park and I just scanned the court, I watch and I'm like, their follow-throughs are not good.
Right.
Because they're tight, because all they're focusing on is just get the ball in.
Yes.
And it looks a lot like this, the alligator arms. And so if we can just practice having a good follow-through, I think that's a high leverage point for all players out there. If you want to work on your backswing and you want to have that pro backswing, that's going to take some time. That's your long-term play.
Yeah.
But your short-term, 5 minutes, I want to learn how to drive an inside-out forehand, I think is getting really, really clear on what the finish is.
And honestly, those were some of the hardest forehands I've hit in a long time, because usually when I get that shot, goes up too high, and I'm not thinking about the way you were telling me to swing as far as like finishing high. I'm usually thinking about finishing low.
Yeah.
And it doesn't get that same drive. And those were actually getting off the court too. So that was really awesome.
When you came out today and I said, hey, hit some inside out forehands, your swing path was very much kind of like up and down, and the ball is just rotating. And yeah, you can hit some heavy balls.
Yeah.
But if you watch the pros, especially even, and we haven't gotten into this yet, but even Federer, when they come over on their inside out, they're almost catching the inside of the ball, and the ball actually bounces and tails away.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And you can't do that if you're going up and down.
Yeah.
So you're almost, again, I was saying this earlier, you need to have two different forehands. You need the forehand that you spin, and then when you want to flatten out, you have the forehand where you almost catch the inside of the ball and the ball tails away.
It's a lot of fun. A lot
Good
of
stuff.
fun.
So what I want to do now is I want to look at some footwork with you.
Okay.
I watched some video, and there were some forehands. I just want to take a look at what you're doing almost up and back with your forehand.
Okay.
And we'll go from there.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, Peter, when you reached out to me, you said, hey, I want some help with my technique. I want to drive through the forehand. But you said, you got to show me some footwork stuff.
I want to see you're always talking about advanced footwork. I want it.
So I love teaching footwork. We're going to transition into some footwork stuff now. When I watched you on video, there were some things that I saw that you can improve. So what I want you to do is just a standard middle forehand.
Okay.
I've seen you step into some today, but I've also seen this footwork that we're going to go through right here.
Yep.
So you're here. That's right. That's what I've been seeing on the videos. Good. Okay. So first of all, I think you should be stepping in on every one of those forehands.
Okay.
Okay. When it's coming slow in the middle, I want to see you step in. And then when Macy was working with you, the back foot, he had you keep it back. I do want you to do that here.
Okay.
Okay, I want you to do exactly, and I'm going to just show you kind of my version of it right now.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Step in and freeze. Freeze. Good. Stay there. Don't move. Don't move. So one thing that I like to coach is, instead of, if you look back at your back foot here, how it's turned, I actually want you to finish. Watch this. Think of a golfer. When you're done, it actually is going to come a little closer to you. So and then it's not going to turn like that.
Okay.
So it's gonna be, you're basically gonna be on balance like this.
Okay.
Instead of like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So we're gonna work on a little balance here.
Okay.
So do that again. And freeze. Good. Now tap the foot and bring it a little closer. There. So think of like a golfer. When you're done, you're in this position instead of this position. So you're letting kind of letting the back foot release.
Slide
and
it up a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay.
Try it again. Freeze. Good. So you're a big over rotator. So I want you just to stay here instead of not doing that. Okay? Good. That was better. And you adjusted. Nice going. Again. Excellent. Okay. So you do over rotate that foot a little bit, but I'm not gonna harp on it too much.
Okay.
I just want you to make sure that when you're finished, if you could practice this a little more instead of this, that would be great.
Yes.
Here's the next progression. When you step in, this time, I want you to actually swing the leg around into this position.
Okay.
So you're gonna hit the ball and go boom, and you're gonna bring the foot down.
Cool.
So you're gonna get into that athletic base. All right, so we're gonna focus on stepping in and squaring up after contact, after the hit. Then you bring it around.
Okay, got it.
Yep. You don't have to tap after. Just bring it around. Awesome. Again. Bring it around. Good. So if you send me a video in a week of you and that ball in the middle of the court, I want to see that. Okay. When I've been watching you, you're more here. Yes. When I'm like, no, he can be boom. Right? Yes. You could be like exploding. Boom. Right? So we see that. Back up a couple steps. And this goes back to kind of driving the ball. So if you want to finish across right now, straighter on it. Go cross forward on this. So step in, square up. Good. Attack the ball with your feet. How'd that feel?
That was a super, yes.
That is way different than when you're waiting and you're just kind of rolling.
Yeah.
There's like an intensity with your feet.
Yeah, I felt it.
Step in, square up.
I need you, Jeff.
I know, like,
I got very senior tour.
let's do this, brother. Here we go. Good. Yeah, I like it. What's the adjustment?
Gotta go lower.
That's it. Because you're inside the baseline, we gotta get it up and down.
All the other ones are just ripping right in.
That's right. Hit the tape. That's the only adjustment. So a lot of people, when they miss like that, they go, oh, I just need to get it in now.
That's been my miss.
Spin it more.
Off the ball.
Right.
Gotta go after it.
Yeah, go after it. Stay loose with your hand. You don't have to swing hard. Just attack it with your feet. Yeah, hit the tape. There it is. Right? Secrets. Hit the tape. Money ball, dude. Going back to Atlanta. Here we go with a forehand. Holy Toledos.
This is great. It's the most fun I've had in tennis court in a long time.
I love it. Amazing. So the first ball, I'm going to give you that ball where you step in,
Okay.
and then I'm going to move you back.
Okay.
Here we go. What do you have to do there?
I gotta make lower.
Ha ha ha! Okay, awesome. Glad we got that on film.
Off balance in a second.
Yeah, off balance, but I'm gonna give you the shoot here. But I want you to focus on. And I call this the switch pattern.
Okay.
You watch Federer, Nadal to a certain extent. He doesn't do as much. Murray used to do it a lot. You got to get him back on the tour. I really want you to load this leg. Okay, that leg. Watch the leg. It's a much more aggressive jump. Again, all of you out there, if you can't jump, you're not supposed to. This is very advanced. And I owe it to him because he's a 5'0" level player. He can do this stuff. Many of you out there at the pro level and above can't. But I want you to float, and I want you to lay it on this leg like it's no sacrifice. When you pull money, whereas you're more like this.
Yep.
So you're kind of like rotating, but you're like 110 degrees. I need, boom, wow, crazy rotation. All right, here's the switch pattern going back.
I thought you were going forward first. Do back first. That's good. Need to focus
Sorry.
on that.
Here we go. We're isolating it. Pretty good. I need you to jump. I need you to jump higher and more out of the way.
Okay.
That direction. Better.
Yeah. And then
Now-
hit higher.
Okay, I'm a footwork obsessed guy. I got to correct something else that I see.
Correct it.
So, when you're moving back, I don't know if you're aware of this yet, but when you're moving back, you're going shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I need the drop step. I need a drop step crossover. So you're going to cover more ground like
Yeah.
a quarterback. You're going to cover more ground getting back. So
Great
you do
tip.
we do the one drop step and then the shuffle. Okay?
So it's here.
Shadow it for me.
So here.
Nope.
Drop here.
Cross. Yep. Drop.
Drop.
Cross. Now you're back.
Yeah.
And because what you were doing is just
Taking
going
way
like
too
this.
much time.
And that's why you're having a hard time
I
getting
felt
back.
like I barely had any time.
Right? So watch this. Big drop, big cross. Look
Yeah.
how much ground I covered.
That's huge.
Show me in the shadow stroke.
Okay. So coming back here.
Oh
quarterback.
yeah, you're done.
Okay.
Here we go. Sorry, not a good feed. Feed problem there. Not your problem. Pretty good. So,
Tough to get out of the way on that.
yeah,
for me.
you have the idea, and this is not the easiest thing to get, but here's what's happening is when you go back and you're here, you're still you're switching, but you're still kind of staying like here. Watch what I do here. This is a big one that's hard for people to get. You're gonna be here and watch where I go. Like I
Big
literally
explosion.
jump towards that corner.
Yeah.
And here's the reason why. What's the one big thing that we need in tennis? Well, there's two big things, and it's going to be a tough answer possibly, that we need in tennis to hit the ball well.
Well, I think you need to have the time to hit it.
Time?
And you need space.
Oh my gosh, this guy coaches. Time and space.
I'm too close.
So if you're here, how do you create space?
Jump
You've got
away.
to jump away from the ball.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Most people, and you're falling for the mistake that most people do. You jump, but you actually stay too close.
Yeah.
So it's counterintuitive because you'd think, why the heck am I jumping away from the ball's there? But actually it creates space.
That's good stuff.
So
I might need to come for your racket fit thing. We'll see how far I can actually jump. I don't know if I got that jump.
Yeah.
But I'm going to try my
So you're
best.
going to create space, and the other thing that it does is, think of like, maybe it's centrifugal force or physics, but when you pull away, what does it make the racket do?
Go faster.
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 And you don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to go big time on this. I might fall on my face, but I'm going to try it.
So just what you'll do at home, what you'll do when you get home is you literally could just stand, and if you put a line here and you load like this foot needs to make sure you go like let me do that again. If you put a line here and you jump, you have to make sure you go to the right of the line.
Yeah.
Whereas most people are going staying in line like this.
I need to really gap it out.
Right, so you had to load here and push this way.
Okay, I'll try my best.
Here we go. That was better.
Better, right?
Now, when you landed, again, I'm a stickler here. When you landed, this leg was like stiff. You look like, what is it? I don't know, a scarecrow? I don't know, it was really stiff.
So how
maybe
you
that's
want
the
it?
heart. You got to be here.
Oh,
It has to relax. So you got to be here. And then a lot of times what I teach people to do, watch this. When they land, I have them jog over there because it gets them used to going that direction.
I'm going to try that.
So you don't want to land and like be stiff. You want to be relaxed, and then you move that way a little bit.
I love that tip. I need that.
Okay, here we go. Tough one because I fed it that way. That was my fault.
No.
The wind blew it.
I'm getting a little self-conscious about the court.
It's a tough one. We'll do one more. Pretty good. We're gonna leave that because it's like pouring rain down here. But
that's something I need to work on.
what I want to summarize here is that if you can learn how to move up and back better, your forehand's going to get better.
Yeah.
So when balls are in this part of the court, instead of being here, you're going to get on your front foot. If it feels natural to bring the leg around, you just let it come around. It's not going to happen all the time. When you move back, I want you to be more athletic with that switch pattern. Because if you execute the switch pattern and you land like this and you hit it well, guess what you get to do
then
from
you
here?
get to explode back forward.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly
Great
right.
stuff.
So that the movement works really well. Now, one little adjustment or addendum I want to make. When you're in the middle of the court, go ahead and get in the middle here. When the ball's in the strike zone is when you step in. So you step in. When the ball gets up high, that's when you open up your stance. Right?
Okay.
So when the ball's open here, that's when you go back to your normal footwork.
Good stuff.
Just make sure when it's down here, work hard, I think, to get on the front foot in this part of the court. Any questions about that so far?
No, man, I had a great time.
We still have more to go.
We have more to go?
Oh yeah, we have more to go.
All right.
I want to see your down the line forehand.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Let's see if I got one.
Let's do it. All right, Pete, I want to help you with your down the line forehand. It's right in line with this concept that you wanted more stick on your forehand, especially on the inside out.
Yep.
Same thing holds true on the forehand. So can I take a look at that right now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so you get the wide forehand. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I want to see what you do. I'm going to give you a backhand.
Okay.
And then I'm going to have you hit a forehand.
Cool.
But I'm still going to give you time to get over there. I want to see what you do.
Give me plenty of time, Jeff. I'm getting
Okay,
old
here we
and slow.
go. Backhand. Okay, now down the line forehand right here. Okay, so that's why I wanted to do it.
That's more like I hit it.
Because the other ones you stepped into every one.
Yeah,
and you're not going to you're not going to step in on a ball that far wide.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
So this series now I want the open stance forehand.
Cool.
Okay? And let's pay attention also to like the trajectory of the ball and where the ball lands. Okay?
Okay.
Here we go. Open stance. Good. Did you like that one?
I like it.
I did too. Okay, again. Okay, cool. I see something.
Okay.
So I see something with your movement. So before I actually coach you, I want you to tell me how many steps you're taking to get over to the ball.
10.2.
All right.
You want me to just count it out?
Just kind of notice and just pay it, like think, yeah.
Okay.
Move over there naturally.
I think that was like 6.
Okay. It's probably in the, it's about, I think it's about 4.
Okay.
See your racket? This is what the pros do.
Okay.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right. After you come out of the split, the big key is a strong first move. So you should make a big crossover step. And if you do that, watch this. If you do that,
Oh, it's so much better.
I'm there in 2 steps. What you're doing is you're kind of like here, and then you kind of like skip. There's like some like weird kind of skippy thing
I'm the
happening.
Flintstones, like starting the car.
Yeah. So remember, it's basically, here's what it is. This is what I teach with the movement. You come out of the split, and you don't need to split now when I'm tossing. You go 1, 2, you swing, and then you just do your little pivot or your skier's jump or your shuffle or whatever you want to call it. So it's just 2 steps to the ball.
Boom.
1, 2, swing,
Swing.
shuffle. But watch the shuffle. 1, 2, watch my shuffle. I actually shuffle to the left.
Push it
so
out.
I keep going, right?
Push it out.
So
Yep.
let's see how that looks. This could be a little tricky right away, but we'll see.
Okay.
You ready? Good. That was pretty darn good for the first time.
Okay.
Now, here's the interesting thing. You got there a little early.
Uh-huh.
So that's what would that's the reason I think you're skipping is that
Yeah.
when you move, you're going here and then you kind of have to wait for the ball.
Right.
You want to try to time it so that you arrive at the same time. So it's like 1, 2, hit.
That looks good.
1, 2, hit.
You should have been on the tour, Jeff.
I should have gone on the tour. Yeah, I should have tried it out. 1, 2, hit. Good.
I like that.
Great movement.
Does that look
This guy's
good?
a quick study. Back up a little bit. A little bit more. There we go. In the middle. Yep.
Oh, all the steps came back.
All day, baby. All the choppy chops.
Yep.
Here we go. How'd that feel?
It's interesting. I feel slower, but I'm getting there faster.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so weird.
You're gonna move like smooth as silk now.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like instead of this is your old way, it would be like,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
so much effort.
Too much.
To like, hey, I'm Roger. Boom.
Interesting. Really cool.
Boom. All right. Here we go. Let's do a little more. Awesome. Love it. Great. So here's the interesting thing. I thought I was going to have to coach you more on your technique and like the trajectory of the ball, and what actually happened, it was your footwork that I needed to correct.
Yeah.
So it could be that you're not hitting your down the line forehand as well because the movement is not in sync.
I usually take so many steps. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a few
So
more.
much easier.
Actually, you know what I want to do? I want to go to the other side now
Okay.
and see how it translates when I get over there.
Okay.
Because what we find happens is when I'm on the other side of the net, you actually have more time than you think. So you may start moving too early
Yeah.
and doing this. You actually have to you have to time it and like move at the pace of the ball. So
Okay.
if the ball comes slow, you're gonna time it like this. If the ball comes fast, you gotta go, right? But it's the
Cool.
same number of steps.
Cool.
All right, Pete, now we're gonna check it out with me on this side because when we progress, sometimes things can break down. I wanna see if you can hold that footwork.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I felt the shuffles come.
All the little choppies came back. Here we go. They're back again. All right,
Old
so
habits.
I might have to end up coming to you again to slow it down. But here's what we want to try to do. For right now, see if you can just even count in your head 1, 2 as you move. And don't worry about the result right now. See if you can just get the rhythm.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do? Even if I can't get there, I'm just gonna take 2 steps.
Right, so show me a shadow stroke with a movement. Good, and this time when you do your shadow, don't even step out a little bit here. Just start here and just think of moving with this foot first. So just stand there.
So you're saying don't step out?
Well, don't think about like putting this foot up.
Okay.
Just, it'll turn naturally, but just think of like driving
Pushing.
with this leg. Yep, there you go. Feel that?
Yeah.
Do it again, one
Lot
more
more
time
explosive.
with your eyes closed. Good. Ready?
Yep. I didn't think I'd get there.
Vamos! It's
That's
strange.
pretty cool.
It's a strange feeling, right?
It's a weird feeling.
You didn't think you'd get there.
I feel like I need more,
Just
but I crushed it.
From my eyes, I'm like, dude, he got there easily. So for you, you're like, I'm not going to get there. I'm like, that was easy.
I made the shot, but it felt like it was a mile away. But then when I hit it, it felt great.
Let's try it again. The only thing that will go wrong is if you move too early and too fast.
Yeah.
You actually have to slow the clock down.
That felt the best. Yes.
You want to arrive at the right moment, right?
Yep.
With that outside leg. I'm going to go a little wider here.
Yeah, it's
Love
there.
it. I think we got something.
I love it.
You like the feel?
I love the feel.
Let's show me now. Let's go Nadal style. Same footwork, buggy whip down the
Oh,
line.
I love Nadal style.
Drive it.
Okay.
Not a looper. Drive
Okay.
it. Like that?
I like it.
Good. Try it again. Good. I want it flatter though. Can you hit your buggy whip flatter?
See.
Almost like you keep it in front when you're done. Just, yeah, extend out and drive.
Ah, that's a tough one for me, Jeff.
What do you have to adjust?
I got to aim lower.
That's it. Nail the tape. When you go high, you have to do what? When you go
When I go
high, you
I
aim
got
low.
it. Yep. Right.
Finish high, aim low.
Okay. Up too many steps. Old habits.
That's right.
Hold on, getting a bunch of.
Old habits die easily with you though.
Okay, I like that.
Almost.
Better.
Good. On your next lesson, I'm going to help you with your buggy whip. How about that?
I like it.
All right, I want one more regular forehand before I come to your side here. Maybe two more, we'll see. One more and then I'll come back to you. Awesome.
That felt great.
Let me come back to you now. All right, tremendous progress already with the movement on the down the line. You saw some great results. Give me some feedback so far on the movement.
Well, what I love about it is once it started to feel more comfortable, it was so much easier. In the beginning, it was a mental thing. I was thinking, I need all these steps. I got to do it. And you're always taught it as playing as a junior. Quick steps, little steps, little steps.
Yeah.
But I'm getting there so much easier now. And I feel like once I'm there, I have more time to just actually see the ball. I think sometimes when I'm playing, I take so many steps that probably my head bobs right as I'm going, and this is where I can miss some shots.
Yeah, and we're just trying to help you become more efficient. That's what we want to do with you out there as well. Become more efficient with your movement so you can see the court in a better way. Now, I want to take it one step further with some things that I'm noticing, and fantastic job, by the way, adjusting your footwork on the fly with the cameras rolling. It was amazing. The next thing that I want you to do is see if you can smooth it out a little bit more.
Okay.
So as you're learning this, you do look a little bit like, it's like a little forced right away.
Yes,
so
it
it's
is.
like, yeah, so like as you're getting the hang of this, you kind of notice I'm kind of silky smooth. It's like one continuous move. It looks like, I can tell you're like really like thinking about
I feel
like
a little
the
like
moves.
Frankenstein.
Yeah. So in this next one I toss here, I just want you to see if like it can be more continuous.
A little more airy.
So yeah, so it's kind of like, right? It's
Yep.
just nice and smooth. So let's give you a few reps there.
Okay.
Here we go. Exactly right. Nice job. Okay, that was your best one.
Yep.
Did it go long?
No, I went right in there.
Perfect.
Yes, that was a
So
good one.
keep aiming low on this. That's a yes for me.
Yes.
When it hits the tape on the down the line, I'm happy.
Gotta
That
go
one
lower.
I'm not as happy about.
I'm blaming it on this ball, Jeff. I was
I would
focused
blame
on
it
that.
on the ball. If you hit the tape and it's clean, you win.
Okay. Yeah.
Big winner there. Okay. You're
starting
ready
to feel a lot looser.
You're ready. Yeah, that movement was totally different than when I was feeding over there. We got it on camera. So we covered a lot of ground.
A lot of stuff.
I want to summarize. Is that cool?
Summarize it up.
All right, I'm going to summarize it. So you came to me and you said, I want more drive on my forehand. I can roll it, but I can't really drive it. So what we worked on, can I borrow your racket real quick? What we worked on is Robert Lansdorp style, finish high, aim low, which would seem, again, it's a little low percentage, but you've got to work on being able to drive the ball low, especially at your level. Finish high, aim low, relax your hands. So that's where you get that relaxation. Then we went into the inside out forehand. Same exact swing. You move around the ball, you hit the ball, you drive it low over the net, you made huge improvements. Then from there, we worked on your middle forehand, where you have a tendency to hit open stance. So I showed you how to step in, and then you can actually step in and square up. And you were totally rocking those forehands.
Hardest forehands of the day, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the inside outs were pretty darn good too.
Yeah.
But this whole idea of getting your weight more going forward, but also finishing high is huge. And then when you squared up, that was awesome with your footwork. Then we went into the switch pattern. We had you move back. Learning how to move up and back is so critical to success. That wasn't as easy for you.
I need more work on that.
But it's something that you can go home and work on, and know that what we learned is that you actually do your shuffle steps just like your small steps over here. We need the bigger steps. We need the drop step and the crossover before we get back, okay?
That's great.
Yeah, that was awesome. We didn't have a lot of time to refine that today because I wanted to keep moving, and then we went to your down the line forehand. Your kill shots, you know, you're rallying cross court and all of a sudden you want to pull the trigger down the line, a la Rafa Nadal. We figured out that it was actually your movement that throws you off. So we got you to your two-step move, which is much better than your four-step
Much better.
More efficient. So like I said, we covered a lot. We handled some technique, we handled footwork, and we handled some situational shots. We didn't get as much into the backswing and the technique. You've been working with others on that. But I felt like, you know what, you're coming here for an hour. We got to give you some big payoff pitches for you. And that's what we worked on today.
It was great stuff. One last question before we go. Because you're having me take less steps.
Yes.
And this will probably help a lot of people out there too. I am tight right here.
Okay.
So is there an off-court exercise you could give me some homework to loosen up here so those big steps get bigger, easier?
Yeah. So he's putting me on the spot here.
Is that okay?
Absolutely, of course.
Okay.
I love being put on the spot. So a couple things. One is I'm going to give a shameless plug for Racket Fit, which is a certification that we're working with fitness professionals, doctors, as well as tennis pros. And what we're doing is a 2-day seminar where we teach a movement screen, and we want you to come to it.
I need to
so that you can share it with your tribe. But there's an assessment, and then from the assessment that we would do, we could actually prescribe specific exercises to open up your body. So I'm going to show just real quick. I think for your hips particular, and this is a basic one, you can actually just work on stretching your hip flexors like so. And I like to move in and out of the stretch like this. That could open up your hips. But again, there's some other stuff that I can show you. And now that you've asked, I'm thinking, okay, I got to get you some exercises so we can work on that. But the whole idea is to get more efficient with your movement and taking the bigger steps to get to the ball. And then sometimes you have to adjust. There are adjustment steps being made, but I feel like you're adjusting when you don't have to.
Yeah, I think so. It was so much fun. Thanks for having me out here. I love Denver. It's great working with Jeff. And I know everybody's going to get a lot of value out of this.
Oh, this is going to be a blast.
So thank you so much.
We've always had a ton of fun working together, and this was great that you came out here for it. Thanks.
Very cool. Is that not a great lesson? Now, I have 40 more amazing lessons like that with the best coaches on the planet. These are master classes you're not going to find anywhere else on the internet. The event is called TennisCon 7. You can get free 48-hour access to the event right now. I usually only open this up once a year in October, but since you're watching this video, you can get your hands on it right now by clicking in the card section or the description box below. So I've got a preview for you, actually. If you don't know what a tennis con is, I'll give you a better idea, and it all looks awesome to you. Make sure you sign up for free.